Well, you're kind of cut out.
Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We're like, are we in frame? Yeah, we're still monkeying with this camera stuff. And we're going to get regular
We'll have mics and
and we were just laughing about that. Like how funny that would be. We're coffee in a podcast.
Yes, we are. And that's Iris Horcier.
Cheryl Ann Chapman.
Yeah.
And we are so excited to be back. We've been on,
a little kind of a break in a way. We did last week.
But it feels
we were
weird
gone for like 3 weeks.
Holiday. It was a holiday. And
Holiday.
A holiday.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, I can't sing, but oh well. Anyway.
We'll just kind of edit that voice.
I've had so much coffee.
Hey, cheers.
Today.
I know. This, I think, is my
third
cup.
Full. Ooh,
I know.
Third cup.
Nice. And I know. Well, kind of.
It's my second. I'm almost finished with it, too. I tried to save it for the show, but I was like, I need more coffee.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So, first, what's new with you? Anything good? No. Well, she's so busy selling real estate, and I can't even keep track of her.
I'll be going off to Canada today.
It's a U.S. property, though.
It's a U.S. property.
Point Roberts.
So, no, very, very excited. So, so I've been a traveler.
Yes,
so
you have.
I still have my Christmas, but
I know.
I have a forest. I took away the reindeer went back to the North Pole. Yeah. And so now I just have my forest behind me.
Oh, my chair is so bloody
and
squeaky.
Sorry, I gotta fix the squeak.
Yeah.
But no, I've just been busy. What about you?
Oh my God. I've been busy too. I've been doing some CEs for my massage license that I hold.
Oh, yeah.
I happened to choose a very heady class. But it was one of the best classes I've had in 16 years.
Oh, wow. That's great.
And it was on pain and how pain works in our body, in our brain, how it travels, different signals, etc.
I saw the thick book. That was crazy.
Blah, blah, blah. And it is crazy. So, but I had the best teacher ever. And I was just like,
that's nice.
I wish I could retain. And I'm going to go back and review and look stuff up because
they don't record. They don't record those, do they?
Sometimes they do, but this one was not. And it was so weird because the teacher was so cool. I was like, do I know you? He's just one of those people
that is very charismatic.
Is so charismatic and such a good teacher, though. He didn't make you feel inadequate.
That's a good teacher.
Yeah, it really is. And because that was some heady stuff,
Right.
Yeah, anyway.
Oh, we did. We did forget. We've been working on our logo. So I did have a logo out there. We weren't happy with it because the way it was, what we have now is closer to what we'd envisioned at the first. But
I thought you were going to show them that one.
This one, they can. I just didn't want them to see a little under there.
Oh, that's
so
okay.
This is what ours is going to look like. Just ignore this. We're not going to have a line there, but. This is what we're going to do. So
we're working on
it. So
we're working on our craft here.
Yeah, working on getting that done. And we've got other things too. And then
with this really nice lady who's helping us with our graphic design.
Yes. And, amazing. We will shout her out.
Yes,
so she's a graphic designer. And she just took what was in my head and bam, because I couldn't do that on Canva. Canva didn't allow me to, it just allowed me to stack and not spread out the way I wanted it to. So,
right. And we're not graphic designers.
No, I'm not a graphic designer.
Surprise you.
Obviously.
That may come as a surprise to you. It's no surprise to us.
But we're super, super excited. So we will have a neon sign behind us. So if you can think of that behind us, that's going to be great. With professional mics. Yes. We're working on that too.
I keep thinking that it's going to change my voice dramatically or something like that.
She wants to talk more low and calm. More
I'm talking into the mic. I'm imagining.
It's just, because it's, when you look at podcasts, most of them have those mics. Not the... I've got my mic way down here. So I have one, but that requires us doing...
Your chair's squeaky, too.
Yeah, mine's squeaky.
Yeah, we're going to have to sit very still now.
Just not move. But anyway, because it's not about me anyway, so I need to... It's all about you. She is presenting today. I get to sit back and...
I'm going to sit very still. So
and
my chair doesn't
try not to squeak. I think that I have the squeaky one.
Well, they're both squeaky, I think.
Oh.
Okay, anyway. So today...
What are we doing today?
Today... We are doing someone, and I asked my daughter, I was like, what do you think about this guy? She goes, oh, he's so funny. And I'm like, okay. I think he's handsome and he's very cool.
You did get a picture of him, right?
No. No, but
you're gonna have to pull in a picture because
people can look up him.
Oh, no.
And a lot of people probably know him.
pictures.
I know you do. I've got pictures from my other ones, but not all of them. But this is Trevor Noah.
He's so handsome.
He's very
so
handsome.
funny.
And my
Love
show
watching
notes today are from Wikipedia and his book, Trevor Noah, Born a Crime. Stories from his South African childhood.
Yeah.
His childhood was very tumultuous, and I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to get into it.
I know he's very happy to be here.
And one thing about Trevor, though, that I recently learned is that he was diagnosed with adult ADHD, which is amazing because I think a lot of us who probably have that and don't realize it, and until you watch your children grow up, and then you're like, where did they get that from? Oh, yeah, me.
Yeah, it's hereditary.
I don't know if it's hereditary.
Well, you
I wouldn't make that claim.
It's,
It might not be.
May not
be. I wouldn't claim that one for genetics. I think they send us a lot of emails.
We'll have to figure that
if you
out.
want to send us an email, coffee
and a podcast 3@gmail.com.
I'm like,
that's okay. She's focused on Trevor.
Anyway,
and so
Trevor.
I get that.
So
Trevor.
here we go, Trevor.
All right, Trevor.
Trevor Noah, born 20th of February, 1984 in Johannesburg, Africa. Imagine if you will. Hot. He is a South African comedian, writer, producer, political commentator, actor, and television host. He is one busy guy.
Yeah.
At 40 years old, he has indeed lived a journey I can't wait to read about. I don't even know if our political values align as with most people. It does not matter so much because I love the stories of how their lives unfolded. I don't know what his politics are, but I just love his story.
Yeah.
He was well known for being the host of The Daily Show, an American late-night talk show, and an actor on satirical news programs on Comedy Central from 2015 to 2022, which is a long time.
Long time.
With many awards and popularity, he was named one of the most 100 influential people in the world in 2018. He had a talent and a voice, and he used it.
Yes, he has a talent. Yes, for sure.
Notable, in 2020, Noah became a U.S. citizen.
Well, that I did not know.
I didn't know that either.
Wow, took that downtime in COVID and became a citizen. Smart.
Yeah. Noah, in his book, Born a Crime, tells an amazing story of a biracial kid born in apartheid. His mother was classified as black, and his father was classified...
That's just my fridge.
I was like, what's that sound? There's something vibrating. Okay, his mother was classified as black and his father classified as white, and Noah himself was classified as colored in Africa. Noah was born, I already told you the date, he was born in Johannesburg, South Africa, which now, where he was born, goes by a different name. Oh, they're always changing names in some of these countries. I thought
Johannesburg was...
Well, it's still Johannesburg, but the specific place maybe that he was born.
Gotham? What is it?
Gauteng? Gauteng. I don't know. I could be saying it wrong. Feel free to send
my
correction.
glasses on, so...
It was illegal to have sexual relations with and interracial marriages, which became decriminalized, and the Immorality Act was amended a year after Noah was born in 1985. Hence why the book was called Born a Crime, because he was actually born.
Can you imagine that?
No.
You're like, you couldn't walk with your father.
Oh, it gets into that too. It's really
crazy.
sad.
It's sad.
So sad. His father had to walk across the street.
There goes Dad. You know?
We're making light of it, but it's very serious.
No, it's very serious.
Just a quick note for listeners. The Immorality Act, 1927, prohibited what they considered illicit carnal intercourse between Europeans and natives and other acts and relations thereto. Just a bunch of BS. In other words, no hanky-panky between the races. Otherwise, you both went to jail for 4 to 5 years. So lame of a law. So glad it was amended, and I can't believe it took till 1985. Unreal.
That's
how
unreal.
long they take. You know.
That's
anyway, it is. But now it's gone.
Hey.
Oh, thank God. His father is Robert Noah, a Swiss German, and his mother, Patricia, I am going to butcher these African names.
That name is like this long.
Lucio. I should have looked that up. I'm sorry.
No, I'll say Lucio. That sounds good. Sounds Italiano, but we're going to say Italiano.
That's African.
Yeah.
she's Zosa. I don't even know how to say that. Patricia and her mother, Namalizo, ended up raising Trevor in the Black Township of Soweto, which I have heard the name of before. Reading with Archbishop Desmond Tutu, there was Nelson Mandela. Right. There was a lot of words that I've heard. I don't know if I'm saying them right. Anyway, and in the case we all forgot what is apartheid was in Africa, it was to separate people into groups and get them to hate each other so you can run them all. Trevor puts it all into simple understanding in his book for us all to read. I highly recommend the way he explains it. He really simplified it for me because that's the best when people simplify these things because they just make it sound so complicated, but it's not. They just separate them so they'd hate each other and then they could control them all.
Yeah.
Okay, and I will emphasize a few quotes about his book because I find the readers really dialed into Noah's story. His story's pretty great. As Esquire explains it, Noah's childhood stories are told with all hilarity and intellect that characterizes his comedy. This made this kid, I can call him a kid because I'm bloody older. While illuminating a dark and brutal period in South Africa's history that must never be forgotten,
That's very true, because if we forget, then we repeat.
That's right.
So some quotes.
That's right. You tell him, Cheryl.
Don't forget.
Some quotes from Mail and Guardian in South Africa. What the writer gleans are the insights that made Noah the thoughtful, observant, empathetic man who wrote Born a Crime. It drives my daughter crazy that I lick my fingers, but it's old school, and I can't get the pages.
I'm like, where have your fingers gone? No.
Anyway, it turned him into a level-headed man forged by remarkable and shocking life incidents, who is quietly determined and who knows where home and the heart lie.
Oh.
People magazine, or People, I don't know, they still magazine or People? I don't read.
I think it's just called People now.
I read books.
Magazine down in small print.
Because they could get it on the internet from People. Okay.
Yeah.
But People says, Noah thrives with the help of his astonishingly fearless mother. The fierce bond makes this story soar.
She had to be.
Her story is phenomenal.
She had to be Mama Bear.
She did. Noah goes on to describe the differences in how people were categorized in South Africa. There were blacks, there were coloreds, and the whites. Noah was in the colored category because of his mixed race. He did not feel like he fit into any of these and struggled and was bullied because of his light skin.
Yeah.
Luckily or genius of him to learn different languages throughout his childhood to speak to all the different people from different tribes.
Very smart.
Saved him on many occasions.
Very smart.
Communication, people.
Yeah.
And so often in these tumultuous situations where people are turned against each other because they are encouraged to turn in their neighbors. Because of this, people start thinking everyone is a spy. So
sad.
It says, will you be turned into the police? What neighbor will turn on you?
I know.
It's kind of scary.
It's very scary.
Well, and in a modern version of that is every house we go show, I'm always like, there's a camera on. Always assume, no matter where I go, that I'm being filmed.
Exactly.
And it's true.
It's
like,
true.
Because you can't say your true feelings because someone's listening.
Right.
It's kind of weird. Anyway, that's the modern take on that.
They might be able to read my faces.
Yeah.
I did that yesterday in the house. So I had cat smell. I was like, ooh. So
we love cats.
Yeah, we love cats, but my sinuses don't. But anyway.
When Noah would walk through certain neighborhoods when he was small, his mom had to have someone colored walk beside him, looking like that was his mother, while she looked like she was photobombing the scene. There's my kid walking with another lady.
That's so
also,
sad.
And if his white father was there, he had to be clear across the street.
Yeah.
Hi, Dad. What'd you say? That was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's like, oh, hi, there goes Dad.
Yeah, it's really sad. So in Soweto, the police wore riot gear, so they were easy to identify. For years, Noah thought people were going to steal him. But then soon realized as he got older, it was the police he had to be concerned about because the government would come in, strip your parents of custody, hand you off to an orphanage. The government relied on its network of anonymous snitches who would inform on suspicious activity.
Yeah.
There were also blackjacks black people who worked in the police. His grandmother's neighbor was a blackjack, so his grandmother had to make sure that no one was watching when she would smuggle him into the house when he was little. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was one of my friends. His mom was, if I've got the race right, she was Chinese. Yeah, she's Chinese, and the father was Japanese. So again, they never were seen that way. So it's really, it's really sad.
Something's distracting me. Is that Christmas light flashing up there? It's really pretty though. Can you see it? It's like it looks like a cascade of light.
Yeah, anyway. We still have holiday up at my house because I've been so busy. So I still have.
What is that?
It's
looks like a projection.
It's a projection snowflake. So she's seeing snowflakes through the window of the door.
Like, my eye was catching.
Sorry.
No,
we forgot to turn them off this morning.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, but I was like, "What's that?" It's distracting. I get distracted easy because I discovered that I perhaps have ADHD. I don't know, or ADD
now.
or whatever.
Now you understand why you squirrel. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. Noah was so delusioned when he found out that his mother had the opportunity to go to Switzerland, and she said, "Because I am not Swiss, she didn't go."
Oh.
And as stubborn as ever, this is my country. Why should I leave? Because his dad said, let's go to Switzerland and be together. It's not illegal there. And she said, nope, this is my country. Why should I? Trevor talks of an example growing up in the hierarchy of family dynamics. The first family to the heirs, so there was always a chance they might get poisoned by the second family. So say his mother's family, the first family, and then I guess there's the second part of the family because the grandpa goes off and has other wives and children, and I guess they're considered the second family. And he says in one instance, he went to visit that family, and his mom would not let him eat the food, even though he was starving.
Oh, can't you have someone be like the royal taste tester? Hey, Mikey, can you try my food?
Or have a little pin you drop in to see if it's poisonous. Now, mind you, his mom was super religious, and Noah had her conversations about Jesus. Noah grew up in 3 different churches: the white church, the black church, and the colored church. And his mother got something from each of them.
That's cool.
She was,
and that's true. You would get something from every one of those.
Yeah. His mother grew up poor, but always helped those in need. They would go around and collect the bottles of the men passed out and get the money for bottles and get a deposit.
That's very smart of them.
Very.
Yeah. And cleaning up and making it all pretty.
Industrious.
Very industrious.
Then she would go to the shops and buy the food and feed the starving children. His mother was from the tribe of Josha. I don't know how to say it. It's spelled Xhosa, Josha. And the other local tribe was the Zulu. That one's easy. They were always clashing. Always fighting, these people. They had very different points of view of how one should conduct themselves. This was so scary. In one instance, Noah's mom and him were on a minibus operated, in this instance, by a Zulu man. And when he found out she was a Josha woman, he said he would teach her a lesson for accepting a ride from someone else. Anyways, Noah's mom threw him from the bus, and she jumped out of the vehicle, and they ran as fast as they could to save their lives. They were in a moving bus, and then the guys are just dumbfounded. But they were going to hurt her. They were probably going to rape her.
Probably. That's so sad.
Because it was, they were just so territorial. You had to ride your own, clans, buses. As Noah's considered that he was a naughty and mischievous kid, his mom and him became known in the town as she would be chasing him as he was due for a hiding, which meant spanking.
Yeah, so due for a hiding. I like that. So I'm going to start using that.
Hiding.
I think you're due for a hiding.
So too.
That's cute.
Noah ran so fast that he was named Springbok, after the second fastest land mammal on Earth. The deer that the cheetah hunts.
That's pretty damn fast.
Yeah, and his mom was right on his heels.
Wow.
There was one point that Noah and her resorted to writing letters to each other because they couldn't see eye to eye. So Noah was like, you know what?
Well, and also they couldn't really be seen together either. So it's almost like he's got to be raised by somebody else.
And it was really quite endearing to set your argument in a letter. Noah was only 7 or 8 years old at this point, and he's like, my mom, I can't get through to her. She's,
thinking of what my granddaughter would say.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting. Yeah. Pretty interesting.
So he was good.
Wow.
Noah's childhood is peppered with stories that are worth reading. I don't want to give it all away.
He's very respectful, though.
He's very respectful.
He's very respectful. So.
Circumstances had pulled him apart from his father, but he was never not Noah's father. But due to being able to see his father that often, Noah did not see him that often.
Right.
He had questions.
Yeah.
Oh, this made me cry. Was he wanted? Was he loved by his father?
Oh,
one day, I know.
You make me. Tissues are way too far away. You can bring them on over just in case. Thank you.
One day when he visited his father, his questions were answered, and in the most loving part of my takeaway from the story that Noah explains. His father chose to have him and have him in his life. He answered Noah's letters. Noah says, I was wanted.
Yeah.
And here's a quote. This hit me. Being chosen is the greatest gift you can give to another human being.
Oh, yeah.
It really is.
It is.
As Noah came up through the grades at school, he created an identity with humor and could listen in on any group of kids, but truly never fitting in. I could just see him.
I could see him.
He was all alone, and he honed his skills with services rendered. That sounds nefarious, but I assure you it's not.
Yeah.
He would run errands for people, get their lunch for them, make CDs of music, and DJ at parties. He was their go-to guy in school.
I want him to host a party. Come on, Noah.
He was making money. He was like,
he was a hustler.
He learned how to work.
Right.
And
not a bad hustler. That's all I meant. He just knew how to
get things done
and survive. He's a survivalist. So yeah.
Noah says, I don't regret anything I've ever done in life and any choice I've made, but I'm consumed with regret for the things I didn't do, the choices I didn't make, the things I didn't say. Oh my God,
there's some stories there.
That's poignant in life for any of us to take away. We spend so much time about being afraid of failure, afraid of rejection, but regret is the thing we should fear the most. Failure is an answer. Rejection is an answer. Regret is an eternal question you will never have the answer to. What if only, I wonder what would have happened. You will never know, and it will haunt you for the rest of your days. Whew, that one hit me.
Heavy.
That is heavy. So this is me talking, and I know all too well, me personally, things I wish I would have said to the people I care about so deeply. If I could have just eked out those words, would it have made a difference? I don't know. And now I'll never know. The eternal what ifs, it's real. Yeah.
It is real. I know what you're talking
Noah
about.
goes on to say something else we can relate to. For the first time in my life, I had money, and it was the most liberating thing in the world. The first thing I learned about having money is that it gives you choices. People don't want to be rich. They want to be able to choose. The richer you are, the more choices you have. That is the freedom of money. People love to say, give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish and he'll eat for a lifetime. What they don't say is, and it would be nice to give him a fishing rod. I thought that was...
Yeah, that's cute. That's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Noah grows up. Oh, sorry. I'll put it on my book.
Oh, I don't care.
Noah grows up. He has so many... I already read this.
Mikasa, yours not my spot.
I already read that quote, but I'm not done yet. But I just thought, I better put that out of the way.
Yeah, no, that's good.
And Noah grows up. He has so many profound insights. I really recommend this book.
I'm going to have to see it's on ebook.
Ebook, okay.
Yeah, because that sounds real. I really would like to listen to that book.
The reasons the hood kept the victims of apartheid out of sight and out of mind. Because if white people ever saw black people as humans, they would see that slavery is unconscionable. We live in a world where we don't see the ramifications of what we do to others because we don't live with them.
That is so true.
So much in his story.
So true.
There is never a doubt of Noah's love for his mother, despite her disciplining him all the time. But he was quite a handful.
Sounds like he was pretty, yeah.
Yeah, he was a handful.
Pretty lively boy.
When Noah's mother married a second man in her life, she had Noah's little brother.
Oh,
that marriage,
that's right, he does.
Yeah, that marriage ended tragically. Eventually, he shot to kill Noah's mother and did not succeed. So the stepdad went to kill Noah's mother.
Sad.
By some miracle, she lived. She was actually shot and had to go to the hospital. It was really sad.
That's tragic.
It was tragic. And he thought at that point he lost her. They divorced, and the saddest part of justice is that he got 3 years probation, never seeing a prison. When this occurred, Noah ran to the hospital. Yeah, different
rules, different time.
Country, different time. He grieved heavily. He was so in fear of losing his mother. Thank God she lived on. Noah's life is filled with more stories you can read in his book.
Well, thank God the stepdad didn't go back and try to finish it.
Yeah,
I know.
That's, wow. Yeah, I'm sure there's always that fear in life.
Yeah, you're always looking over the back of your shoulder. Wow. Sorry.
No, yeah, just read the book. I feel good about that. Noah Trevor went on to become an amazing person and entertainer in the genre of stand-up as a stand-up comedian, television host of The Daily, which he was very popular with millennials. Mm-hmm. He is a no-holds-bar kind of comedian, surreal humor and deadpan, which I always appreciate. Mm-hmm. He has too many awards to mention. I don't like to go into all the details. You just have to look him up.
Yeah.
Launching in early 2024, Trevor was set to host Amazon Prime Video's first African original Laugh Out Loud, Last One Laughing, a 6-part unscripted comedy series. I don't know if it's been out.
I don't know. We love him, so we'll definitely check it out.
Trevor, to our knowledge, has never been married or has any children. Currently, I have seen Trevor Noah appear on podcasting addressing something very important, ADHD and depression. Mm-hmm. It's refreshing to hear his stories and his points of view. Well, we wish you the best, Noah, on whatever you choose to do. You are truly an inspiration who lived through so much. Mm-hmm. Born a Crime is a page-turning must-read. And just so important that he addresses we keep coming to this time and time again, and we're so happy that people are addressing mental illness and ADHD in adults because we just learn differently.
I learn differently.
I learn differently. And I do as well.
Doesn't mean that I'm not a genius. Doesn't mean I'm not smart. I just learn differently.
She's a people genius. No, anyway.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's Noah Trevor. I would suggest his book for sure. Noah Trevor, Born a Crime.
Born a Crime.
It is a page turner. It's really good.
He actually is Born a Crime.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's a great book.
But
and I didn't give everything
away. It'd be
a
crime if we didn't have him.
A lot. It's very...
Yeah. Oh, that's just that sounds like it just scratches the surface.
Yeah, I didn't...
Wow.
Sometimes I don't know. Anyway,
thank you for bringing him up. I know he'd be very happy to know that you brought him up.
We appreciate you.
Yes.
So this is kind of, I just liked it because of the globe. Yeah, Trevor.
I like to say Trevor because he does that. Trevor.
You attract the energy that gives... I can't even talk now. My tongue is...
Take 2. I need one of those. Take 2.
You attract the energy that you give off. Spreading good vibes. Think positively. Enjoy life. I thought you'd like the little...
I like the snow globe because look at the
because we're still ending our season here.
It kind of matches my little forest back here that I've got to pack up and put away.
That's right.
I'm like, what am I going to put there now?
I know. Anyway. And then our last quote for that is Rumi was I don't know what century he was from.
Oh,
he was
it's a person. Okay.
A writer, a philosopher. He was really good. But yeah, let's look him up. Rumi said...
I can't.
Oh, okay, I can. Here. I'll look him up while I'm telling you about his quote.
Do you want me to read the quote while you...
Rumi? Yeah, you read the quote.
Rumi said, "Do not feel lonely. The entire universe is inside you. Stop acting so small. You are the universe in a static motion. And it shows the galaxy. And that's so poignant because...
It is. Do not feel lonely. The entire universe is inside you. Stop acting so small. You are the universe in a
I love that. I love that.
Oh, I love anything to do with
that. That sounds like a quote we need to...
But listen to where he was from, this guy. We'll do him one day, too, because he's amazing. Rumi. That's all we know. But, well, he's got Rumi. Like a long name, like Jalal al-Din Muhammad Rumi.
Oh, wow.
Or simply Rumi. We like that. 13th century poet.
Wow.
Islamic scholar and a theologian and a Sufi mystic.
Oh, wow.
He was born in 1207.
Yeah, look at that.
And died 1273.
Okay. That's just gonna, that's just, wow.
Yeah. Anyway, that's
like
Rumi. And I definitely have a lot of quotes from him. Like, so beyond his time, right? I mean, just amazing. Anyway, that's all today for me. I kind of cut it short today. No, that was
amazing. That is great because
short.
Like we've always said, that you're so funny. We could talk hours. It sounds like there's so much to his story, and
there is.
We want it to be enough for you guys to go,
I want to learn more about Trevor.
Learn more about Trevor. So thank you.
You're welcome.
I just loved him on the daily. Loved him as a comedian. I can't wait to see about that 6-part series you said on Netflix.
No, Amazon.
Amazon.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's why I don't go on Amazon. That's probably why. No,
I do sometimes.
That's probably not why.
But today, tune in to our mini, so 33 because I'm gonna do a little rant.
I think it's going to be a good rant.
It's going to be a good rant.
So we only rant for the positive.
That's right. I should have clarified that, huh?
Yeah, it's just a positive rant because, Alrighty, well then we love you guys and thank you for all your support.
Thanks for listening.
Yes, and as always, be good, be kind, and we'll see you on the next minisode.
Yep.
Ciao.
Ciao.